So EDM's getting a lot more popular over the years, thanks to the efforts of people like Zedd, Anton Zlevsky, popularly known as Zedd. He's a Russian-German DJ, also a record producer and a songwriter. In 2012, he released Clarity, which propelled him to mainstream success, reaching 8th position on the Billboard 100 and earning him a Grammy. This is his many successes, and with a net worth of $50 million, there's no doubt that he spends every penny of it on cool stuff. From crazy expensive houses to a crispy watch collection, here's how he spends it. Unlike other celebrities, Zedd's car collection is pretty simple. Heck, it can't exactly be called a collection as he only has 3 cars, but these cars are good enough to compensate. Quality over quantity, you know? One of his cars is a Tesla Model S worth over $100,000. Of course, everyone has heard of Tesla's electric cars, and if you haven't, you might need to take your step out from under that electric rock that you live under. The Tesla Model S is a fancy and sporty 4-door hatchback that also happens to be a revolutionary electric vehicle. It has a pretty impressive driving range and provides an enjoyable ride with adequate handling, and is pretty fast, so it's also the safest car you can buy. What makes it better is that the car comes with an autopilot function. This particular function has the pleasure of saving Zedd's life. There's a lot of bad news about Teslas with autopilot crashing. Just to show the other side too, I once fell asleep driving home late at night on a highway with autopilot on and got woken up by its beeping and turning off music to wake me up. Probably would have been dead without it. A car that can save your life is worth every penny in my book. So Zedd also owns a BMW M4, and no, this car didn't save any lives. It's a car, not a superhero. Anyways, the car is a high-performance sports car that is available as a coupe, or a soft-top convertible that also serves as one of BMW's fastest lineup and most powerful cars. Or, you know, muscular acceleration and grippy handling. And with that, the car honestly seems like a steal at $80,000. He also has a Ferrari 488 Pista in his mini collection, which is the fastest car that he owns. He's been spotted in this car a couple of times, which makes sense because this car has an insane rocket-like acceleration and some serious handling. And it's hard not to break necks and get a little attention when you're riding this bad boy. So apart from being Zedd's fastest car, it's also his most expensive ride, as this Italian supercar costs about $350,000. Zedd is also a premium lover of watches, as his Twitter page is filled with pictures of him in different ones. He really seems to love his Rollies, as he posted a few pictures of some pretty cool Rollies. He was spotted in a Rolex Oyster Perpetual Milgauss, which is a super rare watch in the Rolex Oyster collection. It is said that this watch combines unique aesthetics with scientific heritage. A true beaut, no doubt. It also happens to be the only Rolex with tinted crystal. And the best part is that this watch is the only watch capable of withstanding magnetic fields of up to 1,000 Gausses. So worth about $30,000, it's worn mainly by scientists, which he is one, of sound. He also has a Rolex Oyster Perpetual Day Date, which is a timeless piece from the Oyster collection with a style that just doesn't really ever get worn or outdated. This watch is the only self-winding waterproof chronometer wristwatch, so it's no wonder that it cost $35,000. Another watch in his collection is nope, not a Rolex, is an Omega de Ville Tourbillon men's watch, worth nearly $170,000. Yeah, that's not really your basic watch. This watch takes chronometry to another level entirely. Plus, it has 18-karat gold plates in it. So, to put it simply, the watch is pretty cool and expensive. The last watch in his collection is a Rolex, but it's a custom. We're not 100% sure of the specs. It was customized by Mad Customs, which are renowned for some of their unique styles. This watch boasts a beautiful, deep green marble face and a smocked stainless steel bracelet. Definitely a watch you'll get complimented on when you go out. Zedd is most known to play the piano quite well, and recently got himself what we can call the holy grail of pianos. Most pianos are known to cost like $25,000, but not Mr. Zedd's piano. This amazing piece of art comes from one of the greatest piano makers of all time, Bösendorfer. I mean, I could go ahead and list all the bells and whistles that make this piano worth the $100,000 price tag attached to it, but that might just bore you. What you need to know is that Zedd's piano is amazing, and one hell of a musical instrument. If I had a net worth of $50 million, I'd make sure that I had the best shoes, clothing, and accessories all at the same time. I previously mentioned that he has separate closets for his clothes and his shoes, which is because Zedd has a ridiculous amount of sneakers. Mostly because he travels a lot and he's filthy stinking rich, but they're also comfy. He isn't sure what brands precisely, but he claims that they're Adidas. Even with a closet full of shoes, Zedd says he's gonna get more shoes, but he's gonna give away the old ones and replace them. As for clothes, Zedd prefers sweatpants with zipper pockets, as he flies regularly and can't wear jeans on a plane, as he has a nightmare of waking up and not finding his phone. All been there, bro. So no one knows how many sweatpants he has, but it's gotta be a lot if it's his favorite outfit to wear. Zedd is also a lover of watches, as his Twitter page is full of pictures of him in different watches. He also considers his Erica sunglasses and his Channel Allure Home Sport Cologne as his essentials. While his sunglasses might cost about $100, the Chanel Allure cologne costs a little more. A truly expensive smell-good juice. Like most other celebrities, Zedd started making some cash and decided to get himself a house that reflected that amount of cash he started pulling in. It only makes sense because it sounds kind of dumb to not have a house that of $50 million. He bought his second mansion recently, if you can call the 2018 recent. I'm guessing he got his house when he grew out of his old $4 million house because, he got tired of his famous friends crashing there all the time, and partly because he needed a music studio. Zedd spent a whopping $16 million on his 9,341 square foot residence. This mansion is located near the top of Benedict Canyon Drive in Beverly Hills, California, and Zedd went all out on this mansion, even decorating the interiors himself. Sources say that Zedd saw his Beverly Hill mansion in a newspaper sometime in 2017, and he just fell in love with it. But it was outside of his range, being expensive and all. Eddie didn't really stop him as he decided to give it a visit regardless, and after 10 visits and nearly a year later, Zedd became the proud owner of this dope-ass crib. Zedd also says himself that this home is as perfect as it can be, a true luxury home. While Zedd has also moved into a mansion, it's still a work in progress. As I previously mentioned, Zedd decided to decorate the interiors all by his lonesome, relying on his instincts and his vision for his perfect home. He's got a very particular taste, so he didn't actually hire any help for the interior decoration. The entire house is separated into 3 distinct sections: the working area, the living area, and the sleeping area. The mansion's main entrance is from the living area, where a pathway with water bodies on both sides leads into a massive wooden door. The working area consists of a 4-car private garage, later converted into a music studio, and an indoor-outdoor gym above it. So let's take a little step inside, shall we? The entrance foyer contains an olive tree, which the entire house is built around, giving it some kind of mythical vibe. From there, we have steps that lead deeper into the living area. There's a wall with wooden cabinets where silly memorabilia along with all Zedd's awards are displayed. The kitchen has all of the best appliances too, including 4 ovens and a breakfast bar with built-in Hitachi grills. And it opens up to the living room. The living room has floor-to-ceiling glass windows that make the beautiful views around the property. And there's also a fireplace surrounded by couches, a small dining table, and a table for playing games. The backyard has a huge infinity-edge swimming pool, always maintained at a certain temperature, and a built-in jacuzzi. The mansion has a similar style to resorts and hotels, as the guest rooms have direct access to the pool deck. The entire first floor is dedicated to a master suite with its own fireplace, outdoor patio, an ensuite master bedroom, and separate walk-in closets for clothes and shoes. Other amazing features include an outdoor fire pit, a Skittles machine with Zedd's logo on them, the shower curtains with a self-timer, a vacuum below the cupboards in the kitchen to suck all that juicy dirt in, and a Lego art installation in the walls that is a tiny nightclub. Yeah, this space is enough to build a 7,000 square foot guest house or a bowling alley in the future. And not only is it sleek, it's modern and beautiful with a combination of wood, concrete, and glass. There's a bunch of other things that Zedd owns. However, there isn't a whole lot of info on him. He also owns a Van Moof electric bike worth about $3,600, and to be frank, the electric bike takes bike riding to a whole new, efficient level. Apart from his really cool devices, Zedd once tweeted about taking in some baby chickens as pets. He built the mansion for them to live in, so you can be sure that those chicks are living better than a lot of human beings do. And that brings us to the end of the video. So thank you for watching how Zedd spends his millions.